Hello everybody, it's Penny here from East Hertfordshire Family Centre Service. Outside. There is always something to do outside, isn't there? We might be doing a gardening project for ourselves and with our children. We might go out exploring. There's games to play, there's crafts to do, there's a treasure hunt to do. You don't need to have a big garden or anywhere outside. You could just have pots and bits. It might be a shared space, might be yours, someone else's, a community, so a local park or anything. There's always something to do out there. What about hide and seek? I love hide and seek, but sometimes we haven't always got friends to play with them, have we? So children out there, what about those special cuddly friends? Those cuddly friends that we snuggle up with, then share our stories and we go to sleep with. What about them? Do you know what? They just love a game of hide and seek. So what about asking your grown-ups if they could go round your garden or that open space and hide them? Now, remember, while they're hiding them, you've got to have those eyes shut, really tight. I'm watching. No peeping, no little eye opening. Ask them to hide your special snuggly creatures somewhere. Now I can tell you this, our cuddly toys, our special toys, they are really good at hiding. They can get into little places that you and I just can't. So it might take you a little while to find them, but that's part of the game, isn't it? But I'll tell you this, when it's their turn to do the looking, they're not so good at that. And you might find that when you're hiding, you might be there for a little while. But have a go. Play hide and seek with your special cuddly friends. Can you see where mine are hiding? Behind the log. Oh, they've climbed into the tree. Right up there. And peeping over. Now, I love going on for walks. Always have done and always will. Really enjoyed going for walks. But what about going on a walk and having a little twist in that walk? Maybe you could go on a familiar route, somewhere you like to go, and maybe that route sometimes has a turning to the left or a turning to the right. Maybe it has one that just goes straight on, but you always choose the one on the right. You have that same route. Maybe you could go for a walk where you haven't been before, but this time, if you take a coin with you, and when you get to that, what we call a junction, where you can have a choice of where to go, you just flip your coin and have a look. Right. It might have what we grown-ups call tails on one side, and on the other side, it has the Queen's heads. So you flip your coin. If it is tails, you go and walk to the left. But if when you turn it, it's the head, you go to the right and you walk down that path. Maybe there'll be another junction and you do exactly the same again. So you're going to take different routes. It's a good way of exploring. Now you might like to do that until you find yourself back where you were, or you might set a timer and decide we will go for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 5 minutes. When that timer goes, we're going to turn and come back again. So take that coin with you and go on a coin hike. Maybe you could do, for another added interest out on your walk, look for things that begin with the same sound or the same letter, maybe of your name or something that you like. It might be Teddy. Maybe you just love cars. So you might think of a car, maybe a favourite car. Just think of that sound or that letter that it begins. Your grown-ups can help you. They're quite good at doing that. So when you're out there, have a look for something that begins with that letter or sound. And remember, there are some things you can pick up, but other things you might just need to point and call our grown-ups to it so we can have a look and see. And you can have a look. I'm going to see if you can guess what I've got here. Because I've got something called pine. Can you hear that sound? Pine. I'm going to ask Teddy to hold that. I could have chosen a pebble. Pebble. Now, I've got here some earth, and that begins with the letter E. Earth. I've got E, which makes the F sound. I'm going to just put that, oh, hope Teddy doesn't mind, on his knee. He doesn't. Now I've got nuts. Nuts. Can you guess what I might be trying to say? And then I've got here a nettle. Now nettles can be quite stingy, so this may be something that you will point to. So grown-ups just need to be aware of things that are out there in the open spaces that may or may not sort of hurt or sting or prick the children. But nettle. Now, this time I wonder if I've cheated a little bit, because I have got things here that are yellow. They've got yellow in them. Yeah, for yellow. And yes, oh, I knew you were too clever for me. You're right. I have spelt my name with all things that are natural treasures that I have found outside. I think that's rather fun, that game. Sometimes it can be really quite tricky. I found something very hard to find, the letter E or the E sound. I found that hard when I was out and about, but I found. So those are some things that you could do when you're outside and exploring. Play hide and seek with those special cuddly friends. You could go on a coin hunt, or you can have sort of a treasure game, finding things that begin with your name or a special word, or maybe just the sound, the first letter and sound of your name. It doesn't matter what. Whatever you do, have fun in the outdoors. Cheerio.